Alright, this is gonna be a tutorial on the Stage 3 Deathwarp. This is a trick that you can do both in the 80% and best ending categories, and it saves up to 15 seconds compared to playing through the stage normally. And you can retry it as many times as you'd like, so even though this trick is pretty hard, provided you get it quickly enough, you will still save some time with it. So what it looks like is you position yourself around here, throw the star, jump back on the star, and then you will go through a missing ceiling tile. You end up in this room, you die from the water, but because you hit a checkpoint, you respawn over here, and then you can make your way to the boss of this level. So, first thing you need to know, the position in which you want to position yourself is an 8 subpixel window. A single pixel in this game is made up of 16 subpixels. So 8 subpixels is essentially half a pixel. Yumitaro in this game, when you tap a direction, he'll move by a specific amount of subpixels, which is less than 1 pixel. I believe a 1-frame tap will move Yumitaro by 1 pixel, a 2-frame tap, I forget if it's 2 or 3, a 3-frame tap is a little bit more, but you can continue to tap a direction but just to just move Yumitaro by a few subpixels. So if you need to micro-position Yumitaro, this is the way to do it. Another thing to know is that once you advance far enough into this area, this Antenna Hagi will spawn, which will eat your star and mess with your setup. I can't recommend killing it because it will mess up your score. So what I would recommend doing to deal with this Ohagi is just wait until it's far enough from the corner here, and then you can try your Deathwarp. Alright, now, the pixel range you want to go for is this specific pixel. I use Yumitaro's back foot to look at as a visual cue, and align it up with precisely the left half of the left part of this brighter line in the floor. There's technically another pixel that works, and it's the right half of this pixel compared to the left half, the left 8 subpixels of this pixel. The right half of this one works too, but I don't recommend this one because it typically makes the start throw frame perfect, particularly from a full jump. You can make it a wider frame window by doing a mid jump, but then it makes the start timing more difficult, and I don't recommend it. I recommend going here on the left half of this pixel. And to line yourself up, you can either go from the right side and continue tapping until it feels like you're on the left, or you can overshoot it and continue to kind of flick the D-pad right and then left. This is a bit of a more consistent way to end up in on the left side of this pixel. Once you're over here, what you want to do is you want to do a full jump, and then throw the star. And the star is gonna need to be thrown within a 2-frame window. The 2-frame window, if you hit this 2-frame window, it will make the star bounce back to the right like this. Now, depending on which frame you hit, this will affect the rest of the setup, but what you will want to do is make a mid-jump after you land. This second jump is a 4-frame window, and exactly what kind of jump you can make depends on the exact timing of your star. So there's some frame data down here. On some frames you can make a full jump, but I don't recommend going for a full jump. You can read it under here. If you jump on the first frame in either scenario, you can hold the jump button for at least 9 frames or more. And then typically on the other 3 frames, it'll either be around 9 to 11 frames tends to work pretty reliably for the most part, so I will try to aim for around there. But yeah, you want to make a second jump that is about that duration, and then if you do it right, you should be able to land back on the star. Now, once you're on the star, the last thing to do is to just wait a little bit. You don't want to jump from the star immediately. Otherwise, you'll just... That was still... I did wait long enough for, in that case, but if you're too quick, you'll end up hitting a ceiling tile. The missing ceiling tile is just a little bit further right than that, so you want to let that star carry you just a tiny bit to the right. And then once you do that, you do a full jump up while staying neutral on the D-pad. And then if you do it right, you end up over here. And congrats, you just did the Deathwarp, and then you can continue on with the rest of the stage. That's it. Hope that was helpful.